Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the United Way for the post-match review. I can't remember last time we had a post-match where I was happy. When did we last win a match? Brighton get a late winner from the penalty spot. If you didn't watch the match, Luke Shaw had his hand up in the air. Brighton up the corner, and Luke Shaw hand up in the air. Blah blah blah. They referee goes to the monitor. Penalty. McAllister back in there. You just knew once they were going to the monitor, it was a penalty, and it was there. I even said to myself, it's over because De Gea cannot save penalties. Maybe if you let Solly Marsh take it, but listen, obviously De Gea didn't learn from the semi-final when we had a penalty shootout. But 3 questions: is top 4 in danger? Will we make top 4? And it's today just. I was today just one of those games because I was against a decent team. It's not like it was a weaker side. It was Brighton. They're flying this season. They were better than a lot of people expected them. Again, before anyone jumps on top of me, Brighton deserved the win today. First half we didn't do too shabby. We created better chances. Second half, I don't know what's wrong with us in second halves. I don't know what the hell is wrong with Manchester United in second halves. First half we do reasonably sound. Second half brutal. Now I'm glad that game there surely was our toughest game. Like in the remaining games we have now, surely that's the toughest one done. And again, if we got a point, it's not the greatest, but it's a point. Now we lost, deservedly so. We deserved that loss. Seriously, we deserved that loss. Like, I'm coming here, we didn't play well in the second half. First half I thought we'd done alright. We matched them. We had a decent few chances. Obviously Brighton, as per usual, have their chances, but we just didn't seem to click in that second half. Like, we didn't really dominate. Like, do you know the way Manchester United you have like maybe 10, 15, maybe 20 minutes of dominance? We didn't seem to have that. Where Brighton just were dominant. Like people said it before, they're a better football team. Like the way they play football, but we just hit teams in the counter attack. And again, with the players we have at the moment and whatever, that's what you have to do. But what's the excuse now? I mean, I'm just looking at our next remaining 5 games. 5 games, sorry. West Ham on Sunday. We should beat West Ham. We should beat Wolves. We should beat Bournemouth. We should beat Chelsea. And Fulham is a bit of a tough one, but we have 2 away games. So we have 2 in our remaining 5 fixtures. We have to play 2 away games, which is against West Ham and Bournemouth, and 3 home games, which are against Wolves, Chelsea, and Fulham. All we have to do is just beat West Ham, beat Wolves, just take those. If we don't beat Chelsea even after tonight, I don't know what the hell. We don't deserve top 4. I mean, we didn't bottle anything, but you just knew once that referee went to look at that monitor that it was a nailed on penalty. And it's funny, we knocked them out on penalties, and not that they knocked us out, they beat us on a penalty. You just can't write it, and it was a late penalty, just like we had against them, when Bruno took it. You just cannot make it up, can you? You just cannot make it up. And I am pissed off, but what can you do? I mean, I'm just going to talk about our start 11, what I thought about it. I mean, Fred for me today was shambles. Casemiro quiet again. I don't know what's up with Casemiro. We had a brilliant game not brilliant, but we had a decent game against Aston Villa. Today, still made a few decent tackles, but when you got the yellow card and then constantly making tackles, you thought, be careful, because referees are looking to send people like you off, because they're going to constantly look out at you. So, listen, you read out our starting 11 there: De Gea, Dalot, Shaw, Lindelof, Wan-Bissaka, Bruno, Casemiro, Fred, Rashford, Martial, Anthony. Anthony today, quiet. Martial, not the best. Rashford didn't do. Rashford was decent in the first half, but in the second half he was quiet. Like I thought we beat a team to improve in the second half. I was wrong. It was Brighton who improved in the second half. I mean, you just you just some would say it was coming. Some would say this was coming, and it happens. This sort of stuff happens, and it just when it happens to your team, you're a bit, But listen, it happens. I can't sit here and say Brighton didn't deserve the win because even though they got it from a penalty, you take that penalty away, it's a 0-0 draw. We're sitting here talking about a draw, right? But I don't know what it is. Like, ever since that Sevilla game, especially that Sevilla game, we've been a bit shaky. Obviously, some would say, yeah, well, that kind of Liverpool 7-0 may have gave you a bit of a right. Here's what we really like, but I don't know. I mean, this season, like, I thought there was a stage this season where I didn't want the season to end because we were doing so well. Now we're kind of dipping on form if you haven't already, and now I'm like, I want. Give me. Let's end the season now. Just give us our points. Give us what we were meant to get, anyways. Mental game really was one of those games, and as I said, we barely created anything in the second half. First half, we created more. Just one of those games, wasn't it? I mean, we're going to read out the stats here, anyways. Just we go through them. Are they even decent? Right, let me get them up on the screen. Right. Brighton dominating them again. So Brighton had 22 shots, Manchester United 16. 6 shots on target for Brighton to Manchester United's 5. Brighton had 60% possession, Manchester United had 40% possession. Brighton made 550 passes, Manchester United made 379 passes. Brighton had a pass accuracy of 86%, Manchester United 75%. 10 fouls Brighton, 14 fouls United, 4 yellow cards each, no red cards. We had 2 offsides, they had 0. They had 8 corners, we had 6. General play, we only had 1 big chance. We won in the defence. We won 65% of our tackles. Brighton won 57%. So put it into numbers for you. Brighton won 8 tackles. We won 13 of ours. Both keepers made 5 saves. We made more clearances. They made more interceptions. Created the same amount of blocks. I mean, it was a mental game. It was a mental game. I don't really know what to talk about. We didn't create much. So I can't sit here and say, Brighton were this, Brighton were that. Manchester United, Brighton were brilliant. Brighton are a decent team, right? We said that. But Manchester United were not at the races today. I mean, we'll go through ratings here. 6 being the average, 1 being rubbish, 10 being man of the match, right? I don't know who I'm going to give man of the match to, but listen, we'll find out. De Gea, 6. 6.5, made a few decent saves. Unfortunately, didn't get us the win, but at the time they were. I'll get us a draw, but nothing you can do. Wan-Bissaka wasn't great. 6.5 again. Lindelof and Shaw, 6.5. Dalot, 6. I brutal at player ratings, by the way. Just want to throw it out there. I'm sure you've already know. Fred, 5. 4 actually, rubbish. 6.3 for Casemiro, 6.5 for Bruno. Rashford was decent, 6.5. Martial, 6. Anthony, 5.5. And then the subs just like a 4, 5. Man the match. I don't know. I don't know. I actually don't know who I'm going to give man of the match to. He's the highest rating on this. Casemiro. Casemiro is actually. We should have. I mean, I don't know. We made subs too late as well. I don't know who I'm going to give man the match to. I can't give it to Luke Shaw because I wouldn't say cost us at the end, but we were flat anyways. Yeah, I don't know if I'm going to give man the match to. I might even give man the match. Casemiro, just give it to him. But I don't know who to give it to. De Gea. But listen, this has not been the longest post-match in the world. Manchester United, we play Sunday. If you weren't watching the show earlier on, but me and Michael did a brilliant show with Ben Jacobs, giving us an update on Manchester United ownership, and that's probably the only highlight of today for me. That went well. Basically, if you want an update on the Manchester United ownership, or any insight, or any question you want that you'd like answered, that stream should sort it all out for you. So yeah, that was the only positive of the day. I did the watch along post match, busy day. But listen, that's been the post match reaction. Please follow all our socials, links in the description. So tomorrow might be the preview for the game on Sunday. Then obviously Sunday we'll have to watch along and that kind of stuff. But yeah, top 4, is it in danger? If we it's gonna go down to the final war. But listen, thanks everybody for watching, and yeah, speak to you in a bit. I know it's not been the longest post match in the world, but flat game, flat performance. What can you do? Speak to you in a bit.